Mizzou is going dancing. For the first time since 2005-2006, the Missouri women's basketball team will play in the NCAA Tournament. The brackets were announced tonight, and there was some drama on ESPN's selection show because Missouri literally was the last at-large team announced. The committee later said that they were one of the final four teams selected for the tournament field. A lot of experts felt that Missouri was pretty much a lock to make it into the field, but obviously the losses down the stretch at Kentucky, which doesn't hurt you at all, but at home against Vanderbilt and against Auburn in the first round of the SEC tournament ended up weighing them down a little bit more than expected. But there was actually an advantage to that in some respects because a lot of projections, including ESPN's, had Missouri as a number 9 seed playing at Connecticut, which would have meant a second-round matchup potentially with the undefeated Huskies. Instead, Missouri slipped to the 10 line, which was a little bit of a blessing because now Missouri's still in the same regional with Connecticut, but they wouldn't face them until the regional final, the Elite Eight, if they were to make it that far. And obviously that's not a sure thing, but instead Missouri as a number 10 seed gets number 7 BYU. They're the regular season champions from the West Coast Conference. They lost in the conference final, the conference tournament final against San Francisco. And if they can win that game, they'll likely play number 2 seed Texas down in Austin. They open up against BYU at 5:30 Saturday. The winner advances to the winner of the Longhorns against Alabama State. But that's a much more favorable matchup than playing any of the number 1 seeds, really, but especially UConn, which hasn't lost since I was like 12. So it actually worked out pretty well in the end to slide down a little bit. And it was clear how much this meant to the program. The reaction when they finally saw their name was just pure joy, absolute elation. Girls were crying, girls were jumping up and down, jumping into one another's arms. It was a great moment. This is the 6th season Robin Pingeton's been here at Missouri. She received a contract extension last spring, or a new contract last spring. And today was what that contract was about. Missouri felt like this program, which had been to 3 straight women's NIT tournaments, was on the cusp of doing something special. With their selection today, this is a huge step forward for the program. They've still, and obviously they've got a bright future when you consider freshman Sophie Cunningham, who was one of 8 finalists for the United States Basketball Writers Association Freshman of the Year. So good day all around at a time when Missouri could use some good news. For more on the University of Missouri and especially from the NCAA Tournament, National Wrestling Tournament, which comes up this week, keep coming back to kansascity.com.